A story is moving fast on Hacker News. It has over 200 points and nearly 200 comments in a single thread. The headline claims 3 inverse laws of AI are reshaping the market. But before we accept the narrative, we must ask, is this a genuine structural shift in how builders operate, or just another cycle of hype that will vanish when the next model drops? This signal is unique because it originated in builder communities, not corporate press releases. When developers, researchers, and open-source maintainers start debating a concept simultaneously across GitHub, Reddit, and Hacker News, it suggests a friction point that the market has finally hit. We are tracking this because early shifts always appear in these noisy corners before they become mainstream headlines. The raw data is specific, points at 273 with 175 comments. This volume indicates deep engagement, not just passive scrolling. However, we must treat this as a hypothesis, not a conclusion. The real question is whether the underlying mechanics of AI development are actually changing, or if we are simply reacting to a clever marketing narrative. To understand the stakes, we need a frame. AI stories only matter when they touch capability, cost, distribution, or trust. If a headline does not connect to at least one of these layers, it is likely noise. The strongest shifts usually impact multiple layers simultaneously, which means a narrow headline can hide a massive market reorganization. Put the source facts on screen. The discovery source is Hacker News. The raw detail is Hacker News Builder Signal, points equals 273, comments equals 75. The normalized trend score is 0.75. The wider source mix is GitHub 26, Reddit 25, Google News US 16, Hacker News 15, AirXEV 10. These facts do not prove the story, but they explain why this topic earned a deeper look. That evidence card should appear early because viewers need to see the numbers before they hear the interpretation. Next is cost. Better AI does not automatically become useful AI. The product must run at a price customers can justify as they scale from a pilot to daily operations. Cost is where many exciting products meet reality, because every extra second of inference has to be paid for by someone in the business. Then we look at distribution. A powerful feature hidden inside a niche tool can stay small forever. But attach that same feature to a platform with millions of users, and behavior changes instantly. Distribution is the force that turns a modest feature into a major market event, especially when users do not need to change their habits. Trust is where many AI products slow down. Enterprises need permissions, logs, rollback capabilities, and clear ownership before they adopt. The winning product is not just impressive, it is safe enough to deploy. In serious markets, trust is an operating requirement that decides whether adoption can leave the pilot stage. When builders react, we watch what they build around the news. Are they forking repositories, testing APIs, writing tutorials, or simply reposting claims? Builder behavior is valuable because developers reveal friction quickly when a claim does not survive hands-on use. Their actions tell us more than their words. When researchers react, we look for independent replication. A paper or model claim becomes stronger when other teams can reproduce the results or find practical limits. Research behavior matters because replication, criticism, and careful benchmarking turn a fleeting claim into a durable reference point for the industry. When enterprise buyers react, we watch for workflow language. The useful question is not whether AI is exciting, but which department can save time or reduce errors. Enterprise behavior matters because budgets follow operational pain, not just curiosity about the newest model release. They buy solutions to problems, not toys. When consumers react, we watch the interface. AI adoption grows when the feature appears at the exact moment of need, inside a search box or a daily work tool. Consumer behavior matters because the winning interface often feels obvious after it arrives, even if the underlying technology is incredibly complex. When investors react, we separate durable economics from excitement. Funding can accelerate a trend, but it can also hide weak unit economics until the market asks for proof. Investor behavior matters because capital creates momentum, but it cannot permanently replace customers, margins, and retention in the long run. Infrastructure decides the ceiling. Compute, memory bandwidth, power contracts, and data center capacity shape whether a promising AI idea can scale. Infrastructure behavior matters because AI is physical now. Power, cooling, chips, and networks define what software can promise to deliver at scale. Open models create price pressure. They do not erase frontier labs, but they give developers more negotiating power when good enough intelligence can be hosted elsewhere. Open model pressure matters because it gives the market alternatives, forcing every provider to justify their premium with real value. Closed models still have advantages. They may move first on capability, safety tooling, support, and enterprise contracts. The question is whether that advantage remains worth the premium. Closed model advantage matters because trust, support, and frontier capability can still matter more than raw openness in specific workflows. Agent stories need extra discipline. A flashy autonomous demo can hide brittle execution. Real agents need task boundaries, memory controls, tool permissions, and a way to fail without causing damage. Agent reliability matters because a product that acts on behalf of the user must be judged by consequences, not screenshots. Data can become the real moat. As models become more accessible, the advantage shifts toward companies that own clean workflows and trusted integration points. Data advantage matters because the same model produces different value when connected to unique, clean, trusted context. The data is the new oil. Regulation is not just a legal footnote, it changes product design. Audit trails, privacy handling, human review, and safety explanations become part of the product itself. Regulatory design matters because compliance can become a product advantage when buyers need confidence before deployment in sensitive sectors. Map the competition by stack position. Some companies own chips, some own models, some own workflow software, and some own distribution. The strongest players may combine several layers. Stack position matters because the company that captures user attention is not always the same one capturing the profit pool. The main risk is overreading the signal. A single viral discussion or benchmark does not prove a market shift. It only tells us where to investigate next with primary evidence. Risk control matters because a high-velocity narrative can make weak evidence look stronger than it really is, leading to bad bets. The opportunity is speed. If this signal is real, early builders can test use cases before the market narrative hardens. That is where small teams can sometimes move faster than incumbents. Speed matters because early teams can learn quickly, but speed only compounds if the learning is honest and iterative. The next evidence should be concrete. Look for official documentation, reproducible tests, customer deployments, pricing details, usage numbers, or technical write-ups that reduce uncertainty. Concrete evidence matters because serious viewers need a way to update their beliefs without chasing every viral post or rumor. In the short term, watch developer adoption, API usage, GitHub activity, product integrations, and whether respected builders keep discussing the topic after the first wave of attention fades. Short-term tracking matters because momentum can fade fast if builders stop finding practical reasons to keep experimenting with the new tools. In the long term, watch costs, reliability, regulation, and distribution. If those pieces improve together, the story can move from an interesting headline to durable AI infrastructure. Long-term tracking matters because durable AI shifts usually survive multiple news cycles and keep improving under cost pressure. Do not turn every AI headline into a prediction. The better habit is to build a decision frame. What changed, who benefits, what evidence is missing, and what would make us change our mind. Decision frames matter because they protect us from both blind hype and lazy dismissal of real shifts. The practical takeaway is this. Treat 3 inverse laws of AI as a signal worth tracking, but not as proof by itself. The value comes from the structure around the signal. Structure matters because the same headline can mean very different things depending on source quality, timing, and adoption path. For builders, the action is to test quickly and honestly. Try the tool, compare alternatives, measure costs, and document failure cases. That creates better judgment than hype or cynicism. Builder action matters because the fastest way to understand a technical signal is to test where it breaks in real scenarios. For operators, the action is to focus on workflow integration. Do not chase the newest model, chase the one that reduces errors and saves time. Operator action matters because the best AI is invisible, working silently in the background to make daily tasks smoother and more reliable for everyone involved. For investors, the action is to look for unit economics. Funding can hide weak fundamentals, but revenue and retention cannot be faked forever. Investor action matters because capital creates momentum, but only sustainable business models survive the inevitable market correction when hype fades. We return to the opening question: is this a structural shift or noise? The answer depends on whether we see friction in cost, distribution, and trust. If these layers align, the inverse laws are real. If they do not, it is just another cycle of hype that will vanish. Here is your concrete takeaway. Watch for friction in cost and ops, not just features. Check if data moats are forming around the new models. Verify trust through enterprise adoption, not just developer excitement. This decision frame separates signal from noise and gives you a clear path forward.